When people think of Mick Jagger, they think of the ultimate rock and roll frontman, the strutting, swaggering icon who's dominated stages for over 6 decades. But beyond the glitz, glam, and eternal anthems lies a fiercely opinionated artist who never shies away from telling it like it is. While most rock stars prefer to stay diplomatic, Mick Jagger's brutally honest takes have sparked friction, feuds, and unforgettable sound bites. From sly digs in interviews to scathing private remarks, Jagger's assessments of fellow musicians are often razor-sharp and absolutely unfiltered. Today on Rock Fame Diaries, we're diving into 6 major bands that Jagger has publicly and unapologetically dismissed as absolute crap, and what these brutal critiques reveal about his rock and roll philosophy. Number 6. Bon Jovi. In the late 80s, Bon Jovi's chart-topping success collided with a slump in the Rolling Stones' momentum, a timing that didn't sit well with Jagger. According to former Atlantic Records executive Phil Carson, Jagger viewed Bon Jovi as rock and roll for people who don't actually like rock and roll. Their slick image and polished sound epitomized everything he hated about the commercialization of the genre. During the meeting for the Stones' 1989 Steel Wheels tour, Jagger was reportedly livid about declining ticket sales while, as he put it, "pretty boys with hairspray" were selling out stadiums. His disdain came to a head at the MTV Video Music Awards that same year, where he allegedly ignored John Bon Jovi backstage and quipped to Ronnie Wood, "These days, it seems all you need is a tight pair of jeans and 3 power chords." Asked in a 1990 Q magazine interview about Bon Jovi's success, Jagger famously replied, "McDonald's sells billions of burgers, but it's still not proper food, is it?" Number 5. Coldplay. Few modern bands have triggered Jagger's contempt like Coldplay. Their emotional vulnerability and polished sound clashed with everything he believed rock should be. During Live 8 in 2005, where both bands performed, Jagger reportedly watched Chris Martin's piano-driven set and turned to Charlie Watts saying, "Is this what passes for rock and roll now? A man crying at his piano?" At a private dinner in 2015, Jagger allegedly told producer Rick Rubin, "They're not the worst band in the world. They're just the most successful mediocre band in history." In an interview with Australian TV, Jagger deadpanned, "They've certainly made it acceptable to be incredibly boring, haven't they?" Number 4. Aerosmith. Despite Aerosmith's obvious influence from the Rolling Stones, Jagger was never flattered. He was furious. According to longtime Stones producer Andrew Loog Oldham, Mick saw Aerosmith as cheap American imitators. A 1976 confrontation with Steven Tyler reportedly ended with Jagger sneering, "Imitation may be the sincerest form of flattery, darling, but it's still just imitation." After seeing a 1977 Aerosmith performance, Jagger is said to have remarked, "If I wanted to see a poor copy of myself, I'd just look in a funhouse mirror." Even when Aerosmith made a comeback with Walk This Way, Jagger wasn't impressed. Recycling old ideas with a drum machine isn't creativity, it's desperation. Number 3. The Clash. When punk took over the late 70s, many established rockers tried to adapt. Not Mick Jagger. He took offense at the Clash's aggressive stance and political messaging. Joe Strummer once called the Stones millionaire tax exiles playing at being rebels. Jagger reportedly snapped, "3 chords and a political slogan isn't a revolution. It's a tantrum set to music." In 1978, Strummer tried to greet Jagger at a concert. Jagger allegedly looked him up and down and said, "Talk to me when you've had a hit in America." Later, he told Rolling Stone magazine, these punk bands think making political statements makes their music important. I'd rather listen to someone who can actually play. Number 2. Led Zeppelin. If there was a band that truly got under Jagger's skin, it was Led Zeppelin. While both bands were ruling the 70s, the Stones were old guard. Zeppelin were the uprising. Former Stones manager Marshall Chess said, Mick couldn't stand how quickly they ascended. Jagger mocked Robert Plant's vocals as prehistoric wailing, and called Jimmy Page's solos masturbatory nonsense. After Zeppelin's tour broke attendance records, Jagger told the press, "If making an unholy racket is what sells tickets, perhaps we should all just bang dustbin lids together and call it music." Even in the 2010s, he was dismissive. When asked about Zeppelin's legacy, Jagger quipped, "They were quite good at what they did. If you fancy that bombastic, overblown thing, McDonald's is popular too, darling." Number 1. TRex and Slade. In interviews from the 70s, Jagger was often asked about younger glam rock acts like T.Rex and Slade. His responses were less than diplomatic. "Do we like them as a band?" he once said in a now famous interview. "Yeah, I mean, that's another none question." When asked more directly about Mark Bolan and the glam movement, Jagger said, "Rock and roll isn't about being nice. It's about being honest, even when that honesty stings." According to insiders, Jagger considered T.Rex's glittery image and simplistic songwriting style over substance. To him, glam rock was an artificial trend that cheapened the rawness of the genre he helped define. And Slade, Jagger simply dismissed them as pub music with costumes. While many rock legends choose to play nice, Mick Jagger's brutally honest opinions have become as iconic as his dance moves. Love it or hate it, his candor has left a mark on music history, one scathing quote at a time. If you enjoyed this dive into rock's most infamous shade, be sure to subscribe to Rock Fame Diaries for more stories that peel back the glitter and expose the grit behind the legends. Until next time, keep it loud, keep it raw, and never settle for mediocre music. God bless.